But, those are all parties within the PDP. What about the APC? We saw the formation of the APC last year. What do you project happening in that party in the next 6 months as well?
Well, the Igbo man says birds of the same plumage, they flock together. But unfortunately, today, APC cannot be said to be birds of the same plumage.
Why?
In Nigerian politics, there is no ideological, training or anything. It's who is the leader of a tribal group. He stands up, the head of the Yoruba says, oh, I am going to go to this party. Every Yoruba man goes. The Igbo man stands up, oh, I am going into this party. His kin and clans, they all follow him. Now the problem that I foresee is this. Nigeria is going to pass through a phase within the next 6 months that will determine whether we move forward as a nation or not. Not that we are going to be split. What makes Nigeria strong today is the diversion. And give us kudos, there is no country in the world, even Great Britain today, has its ethnic, nuisances. The Scottish man does not like the Englishman. Let me tell you that. The Irishman hates the Englishman. The Welsh tolerates the Englishman. But they stay together in what they call Great Britain.
So why are we not able to manage ours?
That's what you see. There is no single nation in the world where you have one single unit of people. The Balkans fought wars for almost 200 years. They've been balkanized, let me put it, Siberia, Croatia, they have now split. But 200 years ago, 100 years ago, they were trying to, be one, and they were fighting wars. I remember during the Siberian War, the CNN was asking, this is about 20 years ago, an old Siberian woman, what is even the problem here? She said, so you don't know, we are Christians, they are Muslims. So if this can happen in Europe, you know what we are talking about here.
Because at least we've seen that to a larger extent, your point has been, should I say, emphasized in southern Sudan and what exactly is happening in that part of the world. Initially we thought with the formation of that new country, they would see the desired peace. And now we're getting to see that, peace is far from getting to the people of that region. In Nigeria, we're talking about the national dialogue, which Malpe also raised. We're likely to see that come into being maybe this year. Will that help us solve some of these problems? Because looking at your analysis of issues now, looking at the political landscape, looking at political happenings, spiced with what you've just highlighted on our diversity, do you think that will help us in the year 2014?
It will help us, because one good thing about Nigeria, out of the 3 major tribes, the Yorubas, the Igbos, and the Hausas, not one of them can go and cause confusion in Nigeria in isolation. If the Igbo man decides to cause confusion and he hasn't got the backing of the Hausa and the Yorubas, they go nowhere. So that alone for us is a good foundation we have, that before this country can split into 2, at least 2 of the 3 major tribes must come together. When the Igbos fought the Biafran War, they could not succeed because the Yorubas and the Hausa Fulani, came together to keep Nigeria one. If the Yorubas tomorrow want to have an Oduduwa state, the Igbos, who have so much economical, how will I call it, in the south or southwest, will not want to see many of their palatial buildings in, Banana and all those places. So Nigeria gains from this diversity.
Do we know that?
Well, we need to stress it to people.
But our politicians say the opposite to the electors.
No,
they keep twisting it.
They are using it for their own, egos. As I said, I'm sorry to say, the problem of Nigeria today are the politicians. That is our problem because of power greed. That is just the ego.